It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
No, they want to see me doing bad, but I'm good.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 coming back at you for that boxing podcast known as the Shoe Shine. On a special Wednesday night, we're going to preview the exciting Anthony Joshua versus Dubois super heavyweight UK showdown. And of course, we're going to get right into that domestic. Jiame Munguia makes his return to Arizona this Friday night on Top Rank. Joining me all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish, Drew Evo. Good to have you back, Mr. Hustle himself. Que pasa, homie?
What is up, bitches?
Oh, man. Already we got some good, exciting chat going on. Shout out to Wiley Coyote. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to do 2 shows this week because there's some really good opportunities to make some exciting parlays, Drew. And who doesn't love parlays? It's football season. Obviously, a rough start for my 49ers, a rough start for the Eagles, rough start for a lot of NFC teams, but maybe we can make some money this weekend in the sport of boxing. It all goes down starting this Friday. Like I said, Jiame Munguia makes his return. You got Richard Torres, silver Olympic medalist. He'll be on the card. And guess what, Drew? Did you know he's fighting a homeboy from Philadelphia? Did you know Richard Torres is fighting a Philly fighter? Shout out to this Philadelphia fighter who was on Team Combat League. Drew, he's a journeyman that almost just entirely gave up on his entire career of boxing. Shout out to Joey Daweshko from Philadelphia, who's been an on-the-road road warrior, heavyweight, and he was going to call it a day. He owns his own roofing company in Philadelphia, and guess what? He got an opportunity to be part of Team Combat League. Fought 8 fights on that, and now he's going to get an opportunity against Richard Torres. That's on Friday, of course. We also have the son of Fernando Ferros Vargas. He'll be on the card. Emiliano Vargas, now at 140 pounds. I think he's 20 years old now. Just going through some of my old pictures. I still got a picture of him and his brother Amado when we were at the Chavez versus Canelo fight over 10 years ago. And what did you know, Drew? They were just little boys at that. Now they're grown-ass men here. And we're also going to talk about none other than the 90,000 plus seats sold at the Wembley to see Anthony Joshua versus Dubois. They don't do shows like that in the U.S., Drew. We can't F with the UK when it comes to boxing as far as numbers. Speaking of numbers, Drew did not get to talk about Canelo. He did not get to talk about the pay-per-view. You had some very big opinions, Drew, about the type of pay-per-view sales it would do. People felt very strongly about the price of this pay-per-view. You did an incredible job with your opinion. But the rumor came out Monday that they sold 750,000. Dan Raphael shut that shit down. Dan Raphael said, no, I'm hearing something else close. This is the latest. According to Sports Business Journal, 650,000 buys, $17 million at the gate. It was completely sold out at T-Mobile. But more importantly, what does Drew Evo think about that pay-per-view? What did you think about the fight?
It was trash. The whole fucking card was trash. Like look at Dave. Did we have a conversation about this, saying that PBC does lie by its numbers?
Yeah, it's hard to believe what comes out of anybody's mouth. That's why I've never even heard of that publication. 750, couple things I'm seeing, 650, but it seems like
I don't think it's really did that. And they're gonna say, "Oh, Drew, you're being a Canelo hater." Come on, guys. A lot of people are not that fucking stupid. Not that many people are that fucking stupid. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if fucking Canelo fans told them, "Hey, I'm buying fucking pay-per-view for you in your unit. Just have it in your unit so we can shove it in people's faces and everything." Like, this whole pay-per-view was trash. Like, come on now. Like, the Wally Romero fight was trash.
Okay, agreed.
The Law versus Danny Garcia fight was trash.
Agreed. Yep.
I felt like my man Danny's fucking was mentally been probably mentally checked out for a long time.
Right.
And everything. I feel bad for the dude. And then fucking I really feel bad for Danny. Like, he probably did this for money, probably, but he was mentally checked out. He's been mentally checked out, that dude. And I hope he retires, man. He needs to. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the money you made on this. Enjoy your investments, man. Like, enjoy what you got and everything. But the Canelo fight was trash. Like, come on, let's put it like this. He should have got that dude out in 5 rounds, and he fucking did it. He went to decision. This dude's on
a lot of people thought that was going to happen, including me, Drew, who I had a lot of conversations at MGM Grand this week with fellow fans of the boxing, and media was there, and I proudly said Canelo's going to end that KO streak, lack of KOs. He's going to get him out in 7. But what about this weight, man? Because originally other rumors Monday came out that Edgar Berlanga weighed as much as 193, which is the average weight of David Benavidez. They also came back. Memo Heredia, his strength and conditioning coach, said, "Nah, that's all cap. He barely weighed 185. The fact of the matter is he looked much, much bigger and stronger than Canelo in the ring, at least in my humble eyes.
The fight was a joke. He's on a decline. I don't care what anybody says. He couldn't knock out Edgar Berlanga. He took shots from Edgar Berlanga and everything. He's on a decline. No wonder why he doesn't want to fight David Benavidez now.
Oof. On the decline. Drew, I'm reading today. Obviously, this week's all about Jiame Munguia, who Canelo fought in May, right here in Las Vegas. And Jiame Munguia is upset. He's really pissed off. He's actually taking this pretty much as disrespect. And you would think that everything was gravy between him and Canelo, because, after the May fight, Canelo said, "Look, I wasn't really going to try to hurt him. He's my Mexican countryman." Canelo had told people in the past, "I'm not trying to fight Mexicans, but this time, all right, I'll fight. I'll give Jaime a shot." So Canelo alludes to the point that he carried Jiame Munguia, and they asked Jiame Munguia this week multiple times. It's only Wednesday. "Hey, what do you think about Canelo saying that he carried you, and the only reason you made it to the final bell was because Canelo says he carried you and that he wasn't trying to knock you out?" And he's fucking pissed, rightfully so. Did Canelo carry Munguia? Did he carry Berlanga? Or, is that cap and he just can't knock these young guys out anymore?
That's cap. If he couldn't knock Evan Berlanga out, he ain't knocking out Jiame Munguia. Like, let's look at it like this. I still think he beats Benavidez because Benavidez is a bum.
Everybody's
I think he struggled at his light heavyweight debut. Like this, he gassed out and everything. Bring him down to 168 and beat him. Here's my question: you're saying that Terence Crawford's easy work, but you want $150 million to fight him. Doesn't seem like easy work if you want all that money. And then you're saying $200 million for David Benavidez. Dude, he's easy fucking work. He gasses out. You get a decision win. Or get him to the body. Maybe get a stoppage to the body shot. But nah. He's on a decline. And he's trying to butt in line that he wants a rematch with Bivol if he wins the fucking fight with Benavidez have it for undisputed. Canelo, you're never gonna beat Demetrius Bivol. You was easy work. for Demetrius Bivol.
Oh,
And you will be easy work again for Demetrius Bivol. Like, come on now. That dude won 9 fucking rounds off you. It was only close because those judges wanted to make you feel like, oh, you did something. You didn't do shit in that fight. He outboxed you for 12 fucking rounds. You won 9. You won 3 fucking rounds. People had a 10-2. I was generous. I gave him fucking 3 rounds in that fight. Demetrius Bivol outboxed Canelo Alvarez and gave that dude a boxing lesson that night, and he'll do it again too.
Well, Drew, one of the judges had Berlanga winning at least 3 rounds. The other judges didn't feel he won a single round, and Jiame Munguia, in my book, clearly won maybe upwards of 4 rounds against Canelo. 4 rounds, which is
I had it 8-4. I actually had it 9-3 Canelo in that fight.
All right, yeah, but nonetheless, all the judges thought Jiame Munguia won at least 1 round. There was unanimous that he didn't get smoked as bad as Edgar Berlanga. But yet on Monday, I gave Edgar Berlanga his flowers. I get from my point of view because he exceeded expectations. Now, Sonteo Media says Floyd carried Andre Berto. And going down memory lane, Drew, do you know what today is the anniversary of? 25 years. I'll give you a hint, man. It happened right here, Mandalay Bay Casino in Las Vegas. 25 years ago, a classic Mexican versus Puerto Rico showdown. Oscar said...
You know about Chief Chavez versus Hector Camacho?
No, it was Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya. And last week on Clapback Thursday, which again, Oscar promises that tomorrow's Clapback Thursday on his Instagram is going to be the best one he's had in weeks. 25 years ago today, Oscar De La Hoya lost that fight when he took his foot off the brakes and the judges rewarded Trinidad. Now, I had that fight almost 10 rounds to 2. Some people 9. Some people think he won even 11 rounds and just decided not to fight in the last 12th final round. I don't know how you have it, Drew.
I scored a 10-2 for Oscar.
And it's crazy because the scorecards, if you look at that, the scorecards on that, Drew, it was almost a draw as some of those judges.
Like, look at this. I scored the Canelo fight an even shutout. I didn't think Berlanga would have won. I don't tell you the truth. I was getting ready to fall asleep.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you, Drew. I brought it up on Monday. I think that, there's been fights I've seen where the guy did not win a single round, but the guy was game through the entire fight. And John Ryder is the most recent example of someone who went the distance with Canelo and still managed to bust up Canelo's face. And somehow Edgar Berlanga, being a hard puncher, was able to get that jab through and even some right hands that kept him in the fight to tell Canelo, hey, bro, I'm still dangerous. I haven't given up. I'm still here. And for that in itself, I gave him a moral victory. And he now presents himself as a real player in the division. And I didn't get to talk to you on Monday, so I'm just going to ask you, Drew, at 168, I think he's a legitimate player now. And I would like to see him fight 2 guys immediately. 3 guys are on my radar for him. And starts with Christian and Billy out of Canada.
He hasn't beat him.
All right. Let me get this other picture up really quick here. Obviously, Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Today's 25th anniversary. Jiame Munguia is going to fight this Friday. Fresh in our memory is Edgar Berlanga. This is a super fight. I don't give a shit who wins, but I'm going to guess Drew's going to say...
Fuck no, he ain't winning that one either.
And last but not least, Caleb Plant. Now, Sonteo Media says that was a firefight. And like I said, if you guys didn't hear, a friend of our show, Francisco Esparza, he was known as El Alacran, Las Vegas-based fighter. He's been on our show. He's featured in my intro. He's made the transition from professional fighter to not only trainer. I believe he trained a female fighter for a world title fight against Jessica McCaskill, but he was in the corner of Macumbi representing the Raza and also Bones Adams, because that was his former coach. But yeah, he was in Macumbi's corner this past Canelo fight. So shout out to my boy Francisco Esparza of Las Vegas. Drew, Caleb Plant, back in the win column, looking pretty damn good, making the adjustments, got rocked a couple times. But does Edgar Berlanga put up a good fight against Caleb Plant? They got some bad blood. That's what I like. They hate each other. They hate each other.
Caleb Plant beats him.
Now, it's going to be really interesting to know if when we get to this Friday fight, Drew. Jiame Munguia's opponent, Eric Bazinian, been watching all his highlight reels, his KO. He has a couple good wins over some fringe contenders at 168. Never really fought at middleweight. And, Drew, Jiame Munguia started as low as 154. He's crept up. Eric Bazinian's whole entire career. He's also in the same training camp as Christian and Billy, and he's promoted by Eye of the Tiger Promotions in Canada, Montreal or Quebec. They say he's not a bum, man. I've been watching him, man, but he's never fought anybody on the world-class level of Jiame Munguia. And I'm just curious, man, do you think Jiame Munguia just changed trainers again? He's no longer with Freddie Roach. He's back to Eric Morales. Oh, man, do you think he's going to overlook this Canadian opponent?
No, he can't. And he shouldn't trust Eric Morales.
Yeah, Eric Bazinian, guys, he's been featured on DAZN. He's been featured on Golden Boy. Like I said, he's sparring training partner with Christian and Billy. Does it mean anything? Anything? Shout out to Jose El Compita. What's going on? Shusha and Compa, I'm excited for Friday fights and Saturday. Of course, man, I'm excited for it too. A lot of opportunities to make some bets on DraftKings. We're going to get to that, Drew. This is the main event Friday. By the way, like I said, Richard Torres will be fighting a Philadelphia fighter, right? Shout out to Joey DeWeshko. Do you give Joey DeWeshko a true journeyman in the sport of boxing any chance of defeating the silver medalist?
No.
Oh, man. But you know what? I hope he represents Philly to the best. I do not care. Emiliano Vargas, he's 20-0. Man, you're not going to see Emiliano Vargas get knocked out or even really tested. At this point, he's 20 years old. I think he's on his 13-14 pro fight. The way Top Rank has been doing things, I don't think there's not going to be a real test for him for another year at least, because they're not going to rush him into a championship opportunity. So expect it to be a showcase and potentially another stoppage for Emiliano Vargas, young man out of Las Vegas, Nevada, son of Fernando Ferros Vargas. Yeah. That is the card this Friday, Drew. What do you hope to see in the main event? Because, everyone's thinking, what happens when Canelo leaves 168, when he leaves the division? He likes Jaime a lot. He said that, he told the media he carried Jaime. But of all these fighters I'm talking about, man, you got this guy, Eric Bazinian's looking to upset Jaime. And he says that if he beats Jaime, he's calling out Canelo this Friday night. Eric Bazinian, who nobody knows about, says he's calling out Canelo after he wins this fight Friday.
Good for you, kid. Good thinking. You ain't fucking winning now.
Oh, man. If he does, if Jiame Munguia stops Eric Bazinian, who's never been stopped, he's got a good argument to say, hey, bring on your boy Christian and Billy, too. I'll get to him next. As Christian and Billy is going up the ranks, and he needs a big-name fight. Anything could happen in this sport. I really hope Jiame Munguia is ready, and he took enough time off and prepared for Eric Bazinian. Eric Bazinian can throw combinations. I've seen him. He has a solid right hand. He's got good speed, not excellent speed, good speed. And what that's going to make up is good for a good Friday fight, a really good Friday fight. Absolutely. Hit that like and share and subscribe, guys, because it only helps us on this lame ass algorithm. We gotta get, dude, I think I'm losing my voice. Ugh. All right, Drew, Friday night. That's Friday night. Let's get into DraftKings.com. I'm going to look at DraftKings because Saturday boxing begins in the middle of the afternoon from the UK. Mentioned Wembley. 90,000 seats have been sold to see Anthony Joshua fight Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is on a 2-fight win streak against Baby Miller and Hrgovic, who was ranked number 1 at one point. Hrgovic was ranked number 1. Now, Anthony Joshua's on a 4-fight win streak after losing twice to your boy Usyk. And Drew, did you see Usyk get held up at the airport?
Yeah.
What was that about? Anybody know? What was that about? Customs? What
I don't know.
All right, let me make sure I got some of these fights are going to be absolutely stupendous, guys. $19.99 is the price to watch this pay-per-view all-day boxing on Saturday. Let's get to the hunt to the middleweight division. This guy is 6'3", Hamza Shiraz. Absolutely a joy to watch. Just knocked out Ammo Williams, America's Ammo Williams at 160. He's fighting a fellow European that I heard can bang. I've never seen him fight, Tyler Denny. Hamza Shiraz is a negative 900 favorite. Does Tyler Denny, have you seen anything of him? Does he stand a chance to... Easy work. Easy work for Hamza Shiraz. All right, well, it is what it is. This one is really, really going to be interesting because the light heavyweight division is on fire with the addition of David Benavidez. You got David Morrell now, and this is for an interim title. Willie Hutchinson, who I saw fight on the Riyadh season before, man, he came out nowhere. He's from Scotland. He's a former fighter. He kind of like fought at 168 too. He got an opportunity of a lifetime to fight someone he used to spar. He used to be sparring partners. Joshua Buatsi, the bigger UK star. Who's it easy work for? I'll give you Willie Hutchinson is a plus 210 underdog with Buatsi at negative 275. Willie Hutchinson is promising that Buatsi is going to be easier work than his last upset win, and that he's going to show everybody what a sparring partner looks like in Joshua Buatsi. Joshua Buatsi is world class, bro. Olympian.
Joshua Buatsi makes easy work of him.
Oh, man. Buatsi makes easy work of Willie Hutchinson. Listen, Here's the deal. There were some couple of guys that have shown up at these Riyadh seasons at light heavyweight. And because you got guys like David Benavidez, David Morrell, new to the division, the guy that fought Bivol from Lebanon or whatever country, that dude will put up a fucking great fight against somebody like David Benavidez, who's also 6'2", 6'3", whatnot. Put up a damn good effort against Dimitri Bivol. Then you got guys like Willie Hutchinson, man, who might put up a damn good fight against Buatsi, although, Drew, you say it's going to be easy work, huh?
Yeah, Buatsi going to beat him easily.
All right, that is going to be a big shock to me. Let me see here. Who else is on this card, Drew? It's a big fight card all day long. Let me see here. Is Anthony Kasasi versus Josh Warrington on the same card? Yeah. Yeah, Anthony Kasasi. He just won his title, right? At 130? Yeah, shout out to him. He's fighting Josh Warrington, former 126-pound banger, moving up in weight after losing to plenty of Mexicans and Josh Warrington. But Drew, does Anthony Kasasi have an easy time of Josh Warrington, someone who's got a ton of experience but moving up in weight?
No, but he's still going to win the fight.
All right, they agree with you. DraftKings has got this at a negative 260. Anthony Kakachi. Is it Kakachi? Kasachi? I thought he was Italian or something, but I think he was Irish, right? Or Scottish? Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, he has the negative 260 favorite. And then let's talk about this main event because I wanted to keep the show short today. Anthony Joshua, we've seen him lose his world title to a short, stubby Mexican-American in Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz dropped him in a big, massive upset in New York City. Seems like ages ago, Drew. And after that, AJ came back, wrecked him in Saudi Arabia. Now we have Saudi Arabia deeply involved in the sport of boxing. But ever since then, there was that long streak, Drew, where Anthony Joshua looked like he was afraid to fight. Like he was just scared to fight. Is he finally done with that stage?
He is, but I'm picking upset in this fight. I think Dubois is going to catch him.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Like my wife and I were just straight up debating that ourselves right now, watching Pro Box TV's analysis of that. Now Anthony Joshua looked great against Ngannou. Ngannou took Fury the distance. He made easy work of him, showed him that he was world-class boxer, Olympian, gold medalist, and that Ngannou didn't belong in the ring with him. I don't know why Fury has such a hard time with him. I don't get it. But before that, let's talk about the two big losses to Usyk, who we just brought up, who was undisputed. They stripped him of the title. They stripped him. Stripped.
Both easy work.
It seemed like easy work, but let's be real. Anthony Joshua did a lot better in the second fight, and he seemed like he was really trying to win that second fight towards the second half of that
Still
fight.
lost 9-3.
What has Anthony Joshua learned in his career? 2 losses to the best heavyweight of our time in Usyk, and a loss against Andy Ruiz, a French contender Mexican-American who held the title for just one fight. What do you think? Has he learned anything? I mean, is this the best Anthony Joshua we've seen in years? Again, he's on a four win streak. Let me tell you who he's beat. As far as Ngannou, well, I pull that up, Drew.
Man, to be honest, I think he's just learned how to really just do shit.
Francis Ngannou knocked him out in 2 rounds. Otto Wallen, who gave Tyson Fury hell, he won that fight. Beat Robert Helenius. I think he knocked the fuck out of Robert Helenius, excuse my language. Jermaine Franklin, an American heavyweight. 4 wins, and after losing those 2 straight to Alexander Usyk. Now, as far as his nemesis here, Daniel Dubois, I remember when I thought Daniel Dubois was going to be the shit until Joe Joyce, the Juggernaut. Whoa, excuse me, I called him the Nuggernaut. Yeah, he broke his orbital bone, and after that, man, it looked like his career was going to be over, really. 2-fight win streak. Filip Hrgovic was ranked number 1, was undefeated. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who just fought Andy Ruiz. And then, of course, Drew, let's be real. Let's talk about that fight he had with Usyk. This'll wake you up. A lot of people think in my circle of friends think that that wasn't a low blow. That was not a low blow. That Usyk really did get knocked out and then cried to the ref that was a low blow. And he put on an amazing acting performance, and that Dubois should have been named the world heavyweight champion of the world right then and there. What does Drew Evo say to that?
Who has the belts? Usyk. Keep crying.
Eddie ended up actually getting knocked out. The fight was stopped later on, but Dubois almost had him. He quit just like AJ quit against Andy Ruiz the first fight. Very interesting. This fight is pretty close at the moment. Well, I guess it's all right. Daniel Dubois is a plus 320 underdog. You're going to get $320 if you bet for Daniel Dubois. You'll make $320.
Fuck that. Take the knockout. Bet the knockout for Dubois.
And then let's see what other prop bets there are on this. Anthony Joshua, straight money line, negative 425 favorite. Total rounds over 7.5 is negative 115. You'll saw $100 will get you $115 on top of your 100 if it goes over 7.5. That's easy. This is going over 7.5 rounds, right? Really? You think so? You think Dubois is going to stop AJ in less than 7? Very interesting.
I think it could be the 7th round.
Some excellent prop bets here. Either fighter to be knocked down in rounds 1 through 6. $100 will pay you $275. Drew, I think I like this bet a lot too. This is a very favorable bet. Somebody's going down. With AJ's questionable chin, Dubois formerly having an orbital bone injury, either one of these guys can go down. That's the truth of the matter. If someone goes down before the 6th round, Drew, you make $275. Who would you have being knocked down first?
I don't think Dubois gets knocked down, but I think he comes back and now as AJ, he gets knocked down. I really think AJ's going to walk into something and it hurts him.
Let me see here. Anthony Joshua to be knocked down in rounds 1 through 3 or rounds 10 through 12. $100. Well, you got to bet $350 to make $100. They really think Anthony Joshua is going to get knocked down in rounds 1 through 3 or rounds 10 through 12. But that says a lot. They think he's going to be knocked down early in the fight or late in the fight. You're going to have to put a lot of money up just to win $100 on that. So that tells you a lot what the sportsbook is thinking. To everybody just joining us, we're going through the preview of the Anthony Joshua Dubois showdown this Saturday. 90,000 seats already sold at Wembley. We're just going through the DraftKings on some prop bets. All right, Drew, I mentioned the straight money line favors Anthony Joshua, though. Why do they think he's going to get dropped but still win this fight? You got to bet $425 to make a C note. Straight money line. Daniel Dubois, $320. Oh, man, not bad. You'll win $320 on $100. How do you not take that bet, Drew?
I was trying to think, like, I would take the Dubois by knockout.
Dubois by knockout. Total rounds. Did they have that one here? Just quickly checking that. They got a lot of options. I'm just looking for Dubois straight knockouts. Yeah, I don't see it. And they got a million other prop bets, but I don't see that one. But Dubois by knockout, obviously, if the straight money line is plus 320, I won't be surprised. Fight props. Here we go. Knockdowns. Here we are. Daniel Dubois to win with over 1.5 knockdowns plus 650. You'll win $650. Daniel Dubois to win an under 1.5 knockdowns is plus 700. I don't even know what the fuck half of a knockdown is. What is a half a knockdown? So either way, $650 or $700 by Daniel Dubois winning by knockout. Damn, that's a good bet, Drew. I thought I'm gonna have to go down to the sports book this Saturday morning and place that bet, or Friday. Go place that bet mid-afternoon.
All right, so Dubois wins by KO, TKO, DQ is plus 475.
And who's the website on that one? Is that DraftKings or?
This is DraftKings.
Anthony Joshua to be knocked down. Yes, 160. No.
Now, if you want to bet the exact winning method, if you bet Daniel Dubois wins by a KO, is plus 1,200. If he wins by a TKO, is plus 700.
Yeah, TKO is plus 700. I like it. Okay, yeah. Hey, man, I'm going to have to go place that bet myself. That's definitely a bet that I'm looking forward to making. I didn't see the let me just go back and see what the odds are for Eric Bazinian versus, obviously on Friday night, it's going to be a really good fight. Hey, welcome, nerd. Appreciate you coming down here. Let me just quickly check the Eric Bazinian, because Eric Bazinian, I think if everything aligns right with the guy, I think he has a chance of an upset. Really, I'm not sure. Okay, Emiliano Vargas, I see that one here is a negative 8,000 favorite. Richard Torres, a negative 3,000 favorite. Got to bet $3,000. Damn, to make $100. And Jiame Munguia is a negative 1,400 underdog. $100 bet on Eric Bazinian will return you $750. Damn, are you willing? I should put up $20 on that one. $20 on that. That pays a lot. To be honest, I would take that $20 bet. I'm about to make that one. I'm going to print though. I'm going to take a picture of those and post them on the community page so you guys can see that I made those bets. It's at least $20 on an upset. And I really don't think he has the best chance of an upset. I just think if there's going to be an upset this weekend, it would be that fight. To keep it clear, I think at this point in the career of Jiame Munguia, he's fought so many names now, and of course Canelo Alvarez in May, and he needs to make a statement. So Eric Bazinian is going to have to fight at 120% capable of whatever he can perform at. 120%, not even 110, man, 120%. So, Drew, I didn't have you Monday, but I promised just to have a short show, and hopefully we can get back on tomorrow night for some football talk. But, man, I want to hear your thoughts on this entire weekend of boxing, because it was a big weekend, man. People are probably looking for a Drew Evo rant.
What are you talking about, this past weekend?
Yeah, the Canelo fight, the pay-per-view. I don't know if you really got off your chest.
It sucked. Just completely sucked. It's not even worth me going off on because it sucked. Just completely fucking sucked. And people want to talk about it because they want to be dick riders, but at the end of the fucking day, I don't give a fuck. It fucking sucked.
Off.
And we're going to have him fight probably another fucking bum or fucking another cherry pick and everything because they put these fucking bullshit numbers out. At the end of the day, guys are so fucking hyped. He did 650. They still fucking lost money, PBC, on this shit. So what the fuck is the point? The PBC still lost fucking money on this shit because it did not do 900,000. Because you charged $90, you had to do 900,000. It did 650. You lost money still. So
All right, Wiley Coyote says, well, what about Raleigh? What about Raleigh?
Good fucking investment, guys. Good fucking investment. Bad fucking card. Good fucking investment. And the people that bought this shit, good fucking job. You show me how low IQ you motherfuckers are.
My God. Well, all right, Wiley wanted to know your opinion on Raleigh Romero.
Who gives a fuck about Wiley Romero?
Well, Drew, he actually had to really put in some effort to beat this club fighter out of Stockton, California. I had much more higher expectations for Manuel Jaimes. So,
yeah,
Drew,
you cost me a fucking parlay. So
let's see. There was a couple items of news, Drew. There's a couple items. Obviously, this weekend was going to be a really great weekend for the sport of boxing. But look at, Canelo Alvarez is not undisputed because the IBF stripped him. Didn't they strip Usyk too? Same people? IBF?
Yeah, same people.
Same people strip Canelo Alvarez as Usyk, and now you got William Skull officially a Cuban-German fighter I've never watched an entire fight of, and Shishkin, another guy I never seen fight. October 24th, October 19th, October 19th in Germany.
Canelo. I'm a fat Canelo. How am I fat? Like, seriously. And this is coming from somebody that fucking has a chicken as his main fucking picture.
Oh, here we go. Drew, don't get into this. The show's coming to an end.
You're coming at me, but you're the one that has a fucking picture of a chicken as your main fucking picture.
You guys love to fuck with each other. All right, Drew, they're going to, someone here, Skull or Shishkin is going to emerge, and they're going to have to fight the guys we're talking about. One of these guys is going to win. It's going to have to start fighting Plant, Berlanga, Jiame Munguia, Christian and Billy. All these guys are better fighters than William Skull of what I've seen of William Skull. And somehow he's most likely going to walk away as one of the champions and someone that Canelo needs to actually whoop on him. Actually, that should be a fight he should take up easily. There is some other news, Drew. No Limit Boxing. You know No Limit Boxing? Australia. They hire who do they got on their roster? Well, they got Tim Tszyu. They got some other stars on there. I believe they even promote Ebony Pregnant Bridges. I think they promote her too, right?
Oh, she's pregnant.
Yeah, awesome. It's all over Twitter. She's Cal Brook is the daddy. Cal Brook.
Cal Brook's hitting that. Oscar.
I have no idea. That's a rumor. That's what I saw. That's what Boxing Twitter reported.
Cal Brook hit that. Good for him.
Cal Brook is the daddy.
His pullout game was suspect. Good fucking deal with you.
Well, No Limit Boxing. They outbid Top Rank to have and host the Janibek fight. The Janibek fight that I went to, and he didn't show up to fight. He got sick. I don't know what happened. It was the middle of summer. He was the main event. He was supposed to fight that guy and defend his title at 160. Now there's 2 titles on the line. Top Rank gets outbid by $1,000, and now Janibek has to take his ass to Australia and put on a show in Australia. And they say that's actually going to actually cost Janibek thousands of dollars to move his camp there for, 2-3 weeks early, which is what he really should do to get accustomed to the time zone and the weather and all that bullshit. So Janibek should have just made weight in Nevada, in Las Vegas. That's my opinion. Now he's got to fight this guy he didn't even want to fight on foreign soil.
He can just give up the title and say, I'm moving up.
Interesting you say that. The WBO belt is not on the line, but if Janibek wins, he gets 2 titles. And the other title that's even got a name at 160, is Lara. Arislandi Lara. What's good, D-Style Boxing? I wanted to remind anyone who's still here that tomorrow is the 200th episode of the Roundtable at 4 p.m. on YouTube. Very exciting 200 episode. Make sure you guys check that out. It's either going to be on D-Style's channel or Joe Habib, Ringside Reporter. So make sure you check that out tomorrow. That's all the news I got. Yeah, man. No Limit Boxing wins that bid. That's going to happen. This IBF one is going to happen. But more importantly, we got some really good fights Friday and Saturday. So who do you think steals the show this weekend, Drew?
Hyman.
Dubois?
I think Jiame Munguia.
All right.
With a spectacular knockout.
Jaime by spectacular knockout. Drop a comment. Let me know who wins this weekend before it's too late, before we get to Friday and Saturday. Until then, I look forward to starting the football show with you, Drew. Hopefully, we're going to kick that off tomorrow, and we'll let people know at what time in the community part of our page. I'm Dave in the 702. Philly Irish, we out. Peace.